Hey guys and girls, and welcome back to the #1 channel on real estate. Now before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, and if you enjoy the video, make sure you subscribe to be part of the Daily Hit family. Now let's get back to the video. As we know, buying a home is stressful. You want to make sure you get the best deal possible, and if there are multiple buyers competing for the same house, it can be hard to win in a bidding war. We've all been in this situation before. We love a house that's for sale at an amazing price, but then several other people come along and start bidding on it too, and now you're worried about losing out on your dream home. So today, I have 6 tips for how buyers can win in a bidding war so that they end up getting their dream home without going over budget or having to go through the hassle of relisting again after missing out on their first choice. 6 tips to help home buyers win in a bidding war. As the saying goes, a home is a bit like a personal castle, and when you're out there competing with other purchasers to acquire one, it might seem like a Game of Thrones scenario. Yes, intense bidding wars can even break out in a buyer's market. It might be a little disheartening for a buyer to find out that numerous bids have been submitted for the house that they want. If you see a bidding battle forming, have a strategy for coming out on top, and a clear idea of what your seller is looking for in a buyer. Here are 6 techniques to assist you win a bidding contest. Number 1. Avoid a bidding war in the first place. Want to know how to win a bidding conflict? Do your best to make sure that there isn't one in the first place. Ask your broker to see if the sellers have a price in mind that would force them to call off the bidding war, advises Lisa Larson, a broker at Warburg Realty in New York. She adds that the seller may respond to a daring, preemptive offer. It's a strategy that's worked for Tracy Hampson, a real estate agent at Realty One Group in Valencia, California. I usually like to speak with the seller's agent and simply inquire what matters most to them, she adds. They may, for example, require a 45-day escrow or wish to keep the washer and dryer. Sometimes it's that simple. Number 2. Have a pre-approval letter. So you can't always stop a bidding war. As the saying goes, it's time to dust off your helmet and get back in the fight. A pre-approval letter is one of the most important weapons in your arsenal. Don't be misled by the term pre-qualification letter. This just means that a lender has evaluated your creditworthiness and determined that you're likely to be eligible for a loan up to a certain amount. It's just a rough guess. A pre-approval letter, on the other hand, informs you that an underwriter has reviewed all of your financial information and that the lender is ready to offer you a mortgage up to a certain amount. A pre-approval letter might help your offer get to the top of the pile. Number 3. Make it rain. Cash is king, and all cash offers hold a lot of weight in a bidding war, says Brian Morgan, a licensed associate real estate broker at City Habitats in New York. If you can't afford to pay cash, Morgan advises making the down payment as big as you can. It's another indication that you're serious and can afford the property, he adds. Offering a larger escrow deposit is another way to inspire rain. Contract deposits are typically 10%, but a buyer may offer to put even more money on the line, says Robert Romanian, co-founder and principal at Real New York. The move lowers the risk for the seller while elevating the risk for the buyer because they have a greater chance of losing money. The third approach to wow the seller with a deluge of cash is to offer more than the asking amount. Offer slightly above an even number, according to Romanian. For example, if the asking price is $400,000, offer $402,350 instead of $402,000. Number 4. Compress contingency timelines. A buyer might back out of a contract for a variety of reasons during a contingency period. You can appeal to sellers who are eager to conclude a transaction as soon as possible by shortening your contingency period. Reduce your inspection contingency from 17 days to 5, according to April Makowitz, a broker associate with the Mack Group in Lompoc, California. In addition, the fewer difficulties you have, the better. So that you may make your offer more attractive, include the minimal amount of conditions. Burns adds that most sellers don't want to risk having to put their house back on the market if a sale falls through because of a contingency. A clean offer is far more appealing. So what should you avoid putting in your offer if you believe you'll be in a bidding war? Don't make a lot of home improvements or require that your current property be sold before closing on the new one, Morgan warns. If the seller wants to take a light fixture with them, let them. You can buy another one. Number 5. Have an experienced agent in your corner. If your agent isn't experienced in bidding wars, all of your planning might go to waste. You want to feel secure in the individual who is representing you. Makowitz says to make sure you choose your agent carefully and that they have a positive reputation among other agents. Believe me, the agent may make or break your deal. Number 6. Write a personal letter. Writing a personal letter might help or it might not, according to various sources. Some real estate agents are against it and say they won't even show it to the seller. Other agents swear by personal offer letters. According to Morgan, it might clearly tip the scales in your favor. In the letter, express how much you adore their house and anticipate spending many wonderful years there. Don't be scared to praise their house, but make sure to be sincere. According to Larson, a letter can assist you in standing out in the crowd of bidders if the bids are comparable. Remember, the greatest offer isn't always the highest, and it may not even be the highest. It's important to make sure that your buyer is serious about closing a transaction with you before giving them an offer. In conclusion, real estate is a competitive space. It's not enough to make sure that you have the money and credit score needed for a home purchase. Buyers need to know how to win in a bidding war with other potential homeowners. Following the advice provided here will give buyers a fair chance at snagging that house that they've been eyeing for months. I hope this helps you, and thanks so much for watching.